Learn to listen when it's grown men talking, cause real spit you don't find that often. Learn to listen when it's grown men talking, cause real spit you don't find that often. Every discussion from experience, and hopefully within it delivers some deliverance. It's all facts and opinionated, from the west where that real spit originated. Brothers truly trying to save a soul, provoke thought so we can really designate a goal. We on that grown man scribble, the ball in our court with command on the dribble. This is something that'll help us show, cause it's something that'll help us grow. We see exactly what the people need. Now welcome to the show, Spitt'n Pollaseedz. Welcome to the show, Spitt'n Pollaseedz. Welcome to the show, Spitt'n Pollaseedz. Learn to listen when it's grown men talking, cause real spit you don't find that often. Learn to listen when it's grown men talking, cause real spit you don't find that often. Spitt'n Pollaseedz.
Spitt'n Pollaseedz.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
So what will we call today? Is today Spitt'n Pollaseedz Wednesday?
Yes, it
We
is.
still go with that.
Yeah,
It's always.
Pollaseedz Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing changed.
Pollaseedz Wednesday.
Yeah.
You know?
I think if Biden win again, he's gonna
He's gonna go to heaven.
he's going to heaven. You said
So you said
he gonna croak it off.
Hey, man.
he's hell bound
on,
right
boy.
now.
Well, if they didn't hold his hand here, board the wrong plane.
Yeah.
It's this one.
We got
This one, sir.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Trev, you looking mighty Undertakish today.
Or undertookish.
Yeah. I'm gonna rebuke that. I think I'm gonna rebuke that.
Go on, Pastor. Rebuke it, Pastor. Rebuke it, Pastor.
Man, was that a compliment or was that a? That's I parallel that to when people say,
I don't
"Oh, you look casket sharp." Like,
No, the
mean you
Undertaker is
did.
the one who prepares, not undertaking.
you look like the Undertaker.
Okay.
On a casual.
Yeah,
On a casual.
He took the hoodie off.
Casual.
So,
No,
so
you
tonight,
don't know what the
preparing
Undertaker
nobody.
is.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
the one that
That's the Grim Reaper. That's what you.
that's
what you're. Yeah,
I was referring to the Grim.
Yeah.
To the Grim.
You're right.
You know
Okay.
all aspects
Undertaker.
of the whole thing. I want to know what your history is about after the show. But okay, what was your last place of employment?
Hey, don't
buddy?
get taken away. Don't get
Okay.
taken away.
Buddy. Undertaker, caretaker, the piano. Okay, Arvin.
Insurance broker. I can keep going.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on, Monopoly, man. Come on.
Come on, man. Let's get on with the show, y'all. Come on, man. Let's go.
God. Check this out. This show is being pre-recorded. So we ain't really here.
We not.
We here, but
we
ain't.
here.
Yeah. You see what we do for y'all?
yeah.
We show up anyway when we ain't even here.
Yeah.
So please still put your chats in, your comments, your questions, all of that. We would definitely respond to them.
Mhm.
We have a few events that was scheduled for Wednesday, and we support one another in everything outside of Spitt'n Pollaseedz. So that's what we was doing for this.
That's where we at
Wednesday.
right now.
Yeah. So
Yeah, well, yeah. When folks are really doing it, these are some of the things that have to be done.
yeah,
So-
really doing it. Think
And we
somebody
and
really
we
doing it.
again, we ain't even here.
We ain't.
But the one person, and I'm sure y'all can guess who I'm going to miss off the rip
Oh,
by not being
Spencer.
able.
We don't have to miss it. He's going to.
Exactly.
He's going
Spencer,
to. Yeah, Spencer.
Make
He's
a
gonna.
comment.
Yeah, he's gonna make
Do
a
your
comment.
comment.
You can't call in.
You want me to hold
Yeah.
that for you? No.
You check it
You
out.
got a little fashion
Check it out.
profile here.
Oh
Let's
man,
not
I'm gonna
bring
miss
light
Spencer.
to it.
I'm gonna miss Spencer.
Yeah, that's all right. He'll be with next Wednesday. We back live. Remember,
Yeah.
next Spitt'n Pollaseedz Day, we back live.
Yeah.
So stay
And we're
safe.
doing a part 2
Oh
to the
yeah.
last show.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All stepfathers
Father
stepped on.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know if y'all listened to the last show.
Yeah.
Y'all
it
probably
was-
got to
it
go
was
back,
nice.
listen to the
Yeah.
last show, and then chime
Then
in
come
on
up-
this
yeah.
show.
So
Oh,
go
yeah.
Get up
back
to speed.
then, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
The part 2 of it.
We don't mind you binge watching.
Mm-mm.
No,
No,
not at all.
go ahead.
The last show was very interesting. Intriguing, and some of you guys may have even had questions. So
And then
But
it says parents on this one. Did we change it?
mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
Nah,
Anyway,
so
We can be inclusive though.
yeah.
I
know. I thought that was Trevor's move. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's include the
listen,
others.
Let's
Yeah.
include her.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know how he is.
Let's
He's,
include her.
Yeah.
you know, Trevor's always.
I'm not
thinking about
one-sided.
others. That's we know that, and now
So-
our audience know that.
Yeah.
Saw what you did there.
So Trevor, how's your
Yes.
week been so thus far?
It's been a very interesting week and a fulfilling week for me
Okay.
in many different areas. So I've been accomplishing not as far as I want to go, but I accomplished a few good things. How about yours?
That's great. Oh man, I'm here. I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be here.
Amen.
Yep. Amen.
EP.
Amen.
Yeah, man. Had a great week. A lot of good things going on. A lot of things coming into fruition that I've been working towards for a long time, and I'm just glad to be here. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. That we're able to be.
Hey, come on, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Closed in our right mind.
What? Where the
So, hey, man, I can't
hold his mule out
Hold
right
his-
now.
Did you feed her? No, I was just.
You not talking about me?
I didn't even.
I didn't catch it. Thank you. I didn't catch it.
Yeah.
But how was
Give
your
me the
week,
Bible.
Kev?
Man, it's a week, blessed, but then things, happens, life.
Yeah.
Hey,
But before, I just want to, one of our, behind the scenes brother, Lavelle, his brother was shot last Friday, so we, praying, sending prayers out.
Yeah, man.
yes.
Prayers out to
Definitely.
Y'all be careful out there, because old men is still on the menu, so
Dang.
just be careful, because we know the city streets and how hot it is. But other than that, man, I'm good, man. I had a good weekend, and just being able to spend time with my son. He's doing some things, man, that's I'm very proud of. So yeah,
That's
man,
dope.
God is good, bro.
Yeah.
And I'll be dropping and letting y'all know what he doing.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yes.
That's
Dope. So let's go, man. Let's get
Yes.
into it.
Oh,
Hey,
Let's get into it. Mr. Keith, can you drop the first clip? We just gonna start
Why
right
is this important?
Flip.
Because you're not looking for a husband. You're looking for a stepfather.
At this point, I'm looking for a husband. So I am.
Do you have custody of your child?
I do.
Then, ma'am, you're looking for a stepfather.
Of course, right. Of course.
It's not at
both,
this
right?
point. No. That's no.
It is both. I am looking for
Listen.
a stepfather. Mm-hmm.
It's a stepfather.
Correct.
First, that's what he would be.
Okay.
See, this is what I mean. Ladies, y'all just play slick and loose. Y'all don't understand that when a man sees you with a kid, he recognizes that that's a package deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to take care. In the animal kingdom, what happens when the male of the species takes over a female with cubs with offspring from another man? What happens to those offspring?
I don't really know. I don't know animals. Either they have to go under the ruling of the guy, or they just get tossed into the wilderness. I don't really know. I have no clue.
What do you think?
What do you think? That's
Get
it.
devoured.
That's it.
What did you
I
say?
believe
No,
left
what
it
did you
I
say?
believe. I
Get
believe
devoured.
he kills them. Yeah.
Yeah.
or leaves them.
If they're older, they sometimes
Let them
kicked
get
out the pride or whatever. But
Yeah.
other than that,
See,
Nick say.
Trev, I didn't see. That's another example. I didn't have to stay and allow you. To keep raising you.
You didn't have to stay because I pushed you out. You started smelling yourself, and you felt as if that you could challenge
See
me.
the kid. See the
and
kid.
You had to
The
challenge
kid.
me.
That's
Mouth-
why
mouth to
don't
you,
do
I
it.
had to let you go.
That's why you don't do
And
it.
you became a great man because of that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, stepson. Yeah, man. So
Man.
let's talk about it, man. Y'all agree?
Well, but the thing is
Kicking the
about
kids
that.
out?
No,
not
not kicking
kicking
them,
the kids
kicking
out.
them out.
Oh,
But the thing is, when you're a stepdad, oftentimes you have a lot of the responsibility without authority. What do you guys think about that? Because that's also an issue.
Yeah,
You have
Yeah,
the
that could be a
responsibility
possibility.
without the authority.
Well,
Yeah.
I think it's incumbent upon the woman to set the standard that, hey, when this your new daddy, basically. It is your new daddy, and you're gonna treat him accordingly. Because if these children are not giving you anything, why deal with them? They're not going to be a benefit to you. Why deal with them?
That is an important topic because again, in a household, if the man is first for one,
Mhm.
and if he does have his job, mission, vision, and purpose, but it didn't include her until she, they met or whatever. Now, how much of his job, mission, vision, and purpose can she help fulfill when she needs assistance? Is he her helpmeet at that point? That's something to think about because you still have to go on your task. You got to stay focused on your goal and role. But now here comes a woman with children and she is a package. But
Yeah.
it can that help you fulfill success? Because at the end of it all, the whole family benefits from it. So
Yeah, I'm saying it can if the children are put in alignment with this the new leader here, and he's going to lead us. You're going to do everything in your power to help him get to this goal.
How many situations do you actually know in real life where that's
Happen?
where it's presented in such a way and carried out?
Yeah, it's never presented that way because
Yeah.
it's nobody has a lot of the women, not all, don't have the wherewithal to put that in place. They just gonna say you're gonna accept this child and you're not gonna discipline him, you're not gonna do this.
Yeah.
All these things you're not gonna do, but they want you to accept this.
Let's
child.
talk about this. Let's talk. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was addressing your question.
I didn't.
You said how many times is that actually happened?
About 3 questions ago. But go ahead.
Well, I was saying, I think a scenario in which it would happen is if the man is already successful and is already accomplished in life, then it's already understood and assumed that we are under his roof. We living in his house. We are driving in his car. He's making sure that we get to school. When the children see that, especially at a younger age, that okay, a scenario like that would work when he's already successful and he's already accomplished certain goals. Then I don't necessarily need your mom, but I want your mom. And she is helpful in some areas. So in a scenario like that, I can see that possibly work when he becomes successful and you guys are moving in under his roof. Is your next question? Sorry about that.
I forgot.
He did.
I promise you, I forgot. It's like okay.
I was just talking about that, wasn't I?
About
you was just talking all the time. That's why I forgot.
Okay, so
okay, you're gonna continue to talk.
Well, no, go ahead, brother.
Go ahead.
Hey, bro,
Go
just
ahead.
because you dress like a talk show host, don't mean you gotta sit here and talk the whole show.
I dress like what we are.
Okay, Steve Hartley.
That
It's Steve Hartley. Hardly.
How would? Can I talk?
Go ahead.
How
Trevor.
would, if you were in that situation, how important is structure in terms of term limitation and boundaries, and how do you go about setting those?
Well, I definitely think it has to be there because you're asking me to take upon these children, especially if it's more than one. My God, it's something that it's very difficult to do because you got these two individuals that have been raised in whatever way. It could be very different from how I parent or how I teach my children to be. So they could very well it could very well have a lot of drawback of my mama didn't say do it, or you're not my daddy,
Right.
you're insignificant, really. They can feel that way.
Yeah, let's talk about a scenario that can happen when the children become jealous or they feel like they don't have the amount of time or the attention, and nine times out of 10 the mom is going to believe what the child says.
Wow, it's
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The child can make up scenarios and
just to,
instances just to create division, and
yeah,
very high percentage of the time, the parent is going to believe that kid, and even maybe break up or say get out.
yeah.
It just depends on how inflammatory the
Yeah.
accusation
You gotta
accusations
is.
are.
yeah, you
I
gotta be
agree, Steph.
prepared, you know.
Yeah.
And then too, where is the father? How much involved is he? You know, is he around? If he's not around and he wants to come around later on, how do the mother, you know, uh address that?
Yeah.
You know, so it's a lot of different dynamics to being a stepfather. You know, then
Mhm.
how is the kid going to start treating you then if the mom allow the father to come back into the child's life?
I think the bonding now, you have to bond. I can't say have to, but you should probably bond with the mom and the child before even making
Period.
any decisions to
Mhm.
even take it further. And if the chemistry is not there and the respect is not there,
No,
I say don't do
To,
it.
no.
to address Irvin's previous question, when the mother, believes the child and the father gets kicked out, that's one thing. And flip side to the same coin is when the stepfather actually is abusive in different areas, but yet the mother sticks with him, and he may have been
Sure.
wrong.
Sure.
So that's also a very touchy subject, especially from a child's perspective, that you didn't believe me. And we're growing up in a society now where there are a lot of children that have been hurt to some capacity, and the mother stayed with the man. So that's a fine line as well.
Yeah, I think all the time, you have to pray for a level of discernment, because we have to discern whether this individual is capable of doing this, right? And a lot of times, if a man is going with a woman and then this child, like you said earlier,
Mhm.
makes up some egregious fairy tale,
Yeah.
that could even it's a lot to deal with.
Right.
It could land you in the slammer,
Yeah.
or you have to
Mhm.
fight for the character you have.
Right.
And even if she believes in that, that's why I think those two individuals have to know each other well enough, whether she believes like, nah, I don't think
Yeah.
he wouldn't be
You
doing no
got to
shit
know the
like that.
character.
Yeah, know the
Yeah.
character of it. Now, if you haven't really known this cat, and your child comes to, especially with a daughter, like with
Right.
a man, and you have a daughter, you have to, you know, you,
Even
you
even his son or his children, they have to be taken into consideration.
yeah, and I think it's like you have to have a glove on to deal with that. You
Right,
know what I mean? It's a delicate situation.
right, right.
You know what I
How
mean?
how close the siblings or step siblings could be is one thing, but you
Yeah,
want to make sure that there's no hurt involved.
yeah,
It all goes into knowing your child, spending time with your child,
yeah.
having an open line of communication, not just the child, but with the maid as well.
Hmm.
I think that's important. That has helped me in being with and helping to raise Dayshell. Dayshell is my I never married her mom, but me and Dayshell have a pretty solid relationship because of the the steps that were taken involved in raising her. A few of the things that I think that are important, especially when both parents have children.
Hmm.
One of the things that I did was I rewarded both of them based upon their age. So whenever something was done well, based upon your age, that's how you got rewarded, and both of them understood that. They also understood the punishment. The punishment fit that particular child and their personality trait.
Can you break that down based on their age? You
Okay, so for
reward
example,
them.
if one is 10 years older and let's say she didn't finish her chores or whatever else, okay, well, you can't do okay, let's say the younger one. You can't help me cook You can't, but that was something that they enjoyed. You can't help cook. You got to go do some standards or whatever else. The older one, she was in the track and field. Okay, cool. Well, if you didn't finish your chores, now you got to do jumping jacks. This one not gonna do the jumping jacks. She rather cook. This one over here, she's into track and field. So okay, the other one, she can't sing. She loves to sing. You can't listen to music. So it was based upon their
It
punishment.
was
and the things
more
that
than
they
one
enjoyed.
child.
You had Deschelle and you had Kaiser, and they were raised together. So
Oh, you saw.
when-
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
saying,
You knew what he
Well,
was saying.
no, I knew
probably
what he was
didn't.
saying,
But
but
I
I'm
said,
I
how
didn't.
do I? So
Just-
that's
No,
what
I'm
I
just
did.
saying. I know they shell, and I was thinking like,
No, so
you're
Deschelle
talking
and
about.
Kaiser.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
But
So
I was listening, and it sounded like that's something that he got from his dad.
Yeah, I
mhm.
was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the set of chores that they both have to deal with. What a man should expect from each child based upon their ability as well. Okay, I know this one is their strong suit is this, so you have to cater to their expectations of the individual because we're raising little humans as well, little people, and we have to understand that and acknowledge that so that they can grow up in a healthy understanding of where they stand in that relationship. Then you also have being pushed in a healthy
It's a real
direction.
spit section. Go ahead. Go ahead. Continue.
So yeah, I mean
think-
it's pre-recorded, so
I think-
yeah,
I can
he gonna
tell. Hey,
switch it up.
I can tell your discipline style by the way you dress.
Yeah,
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 and if she
Right,
likes water, I make sure
Yeah.
she gets sink water
yeah,
when she's
because
Okay,
and that's what I was
Okay,
saying because
okay,
if
okay,
it wasn't
yeah.
if it wasn't
Yeah.
for the man,
yeah,
Then
of
everything would have ended in
Right.
they got their ass
course.
whooped.
Yeah, exactly.
Go to your room.
Okay.
Yeah, but we didn't hear none of that. I was waiting for it's called discipline.
Yeah.
And when
And
and one
Up to their
one
age.
likes to cook, and I
Right.
say you can't use the seasoning salt.
No.
You have to use salt and
Right.
pepper.
Your dish is gonna be prepared without any seasoning.
and then lastly, when we're going into a relationship with a person with a child, we also have to push the children in a healthy direction from a position of love, and the children have to know that. So to this day,
I would say, wouldn't you say that's a given?
some people
You
don't
know
know how
what I
to do
mean?
that. It should be.
uh,
It should be.
That's AI at your finest, is what you was what
Yeah.
yeah. He
So
he
it's-
typed in
It's like a given. Too.
how do I discipline
'Cause
or
we-
use it for Spitt'n Pollaseedz and AI say say this,
And we
Trevor.
we all are stewards for our children.
Yeah, we're their first
we-
teachers.
We're stewards for our children, and as a steward, as a supervisor for our children, we're just here to guide them along in a direction that not even they choose, but you can find their qualities when they're young, and you can kind of gently guide them in that direction. Some parents forcefully guide them in that direction, and I don't think it's bad. You think about everybody that complained about a domineering father. They're great people. Tiger Woods' dad always kept him out on the golf course. Serena Williams, and that male discipline got them to greatness. And I think you need to and I'm gonna use the word loosely. People pussyfoot around right now in parenting right now. They'll be like, "Oh no, let's take a time out. Go sit, little Johnny over there." And these are when you're entering into a dynamic where a woman has this mindset of disciplining her children that way. For me, it probably wouldn't work because I think you're gonna let that child get away and they're gonna run amok.
This is
eventually.
the thing. This is what I look at. Are you preparing that child? Your job is to prepare that child for life,
For success.
and survival. Not just success, but survival. So if I'm coddling that child and I'm not really giving that child the reality is they have a better chance of going outside and getting swallowed up
Mhm.
because they're not being faced with reality in the home. If you think discipline is not a part of this world, as soon as they go outside and get into some trouble because they don't feel like they had the same consequences as somebody who is getting disciplined, the police, they can be 13, 14, 12, whatever. The police is going to whoop on them.
Mhm.
And I think we kind of kept Trevor balanced, you know, because like he was explaining earlier, he got disciplined. Him and Michelle got disciplined because of the
and we got whooped. We got whooped.
And and we
got according to their ages.
Yeah.
So there is a book
right
that says, okay, between this age and this, this is what we're gonna do.
So with the help of us, you see the success that's in Trevor
and our boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we did a good job.
We did.
It take a village.
It take a village.
It take a village.
Did you hear his disciplinary strategy?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
If that strategy works for some of you, if that advice works for some of you, then go right ahead. Those are some of my suggestions.
Oh my God.
That's the way I did it.
Well, she likes to sit in the back seat, so I make her ride in the front seat with me.
Yeah.
Right. If she likes to run track, you're gonna go to track practice late, so you got to run that extra lap. I mean, stuff like that. But I mean, you know, but at least to this day, she still calls me dad. Yeah, we still have a good, healthy relationship.
It sounds a little raisin in the potato salad.
Yeah.
That's
The chicken is bland.
Yeah.
Well, to this day, we still have a healthy relationship. So, I mean, okay. That time it worked.
Yeah.
But that's the difference, because the dynamic, you know, how sometimes dads get stepped on is like they don't take care of that part first. Like, we discipline totally different, we parent totally different. This may not work. Especially when you got some. Now this difference when they already grown. They already done.
That's because you lacked something in the beginning, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you saying when you come into a relationship when they already grown.
Come into a relationship when they're already grown, is really, how can you know,
you can't build
really
a foundation.
Doing nothing with that.
Right.
When they're young, you could help fortify this great child with respect and everything, you know, because it's a lot of people, a lot of children are running around and they have an entitlement thing. Like, I have to have this, or I should get this. No, the world doesn't owe you anything, really.
Especially when
there and get it.
Some of the moms have a tendency to reward bad behavior.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean that right. That's the
And think
tail
it's
wagging
cute.
the dog.
Yeah.
It's
not
cute.
wrong with it. I remember when my kids was in school, a couple of the little friends they had, there was one little cat, he spoiled as hell. And just like you saying, it didn't matter, you know, his behavior. He still got what pretty much whatever he wanted. You know, he break it, they go get him another one. And this is not cheap toys or cheap
or phones.
Things. Yeah, phones as well. And it's like, but I had to let mine know, bro.
This ain't that.
Not in this household.
But often we grow up and we take on this mind state of, well, my child ain't gonna suffer how I suffered.
Right.
So we take a lot of the life lessons away from them by giving them everything, or allowing them to do this and allowing them to do things that we didn't do. But in retrospect, those things that we wasn't allowed to do and the discipline we got saved our lives today.
Yeah. That overcompensating on one parent's behalf, and you have someone that's functioning on logic, can cause a clash also within the household, because after a period of time, the one that is structured and self-disciplined and tries to promote discipline in the house is oftentimes looked at as the bad guy.
Yeah.
It's like they're not used to structure.
Especially when people separate. Everybody is trying to be the best parent. I'm gonna be your best friend now. I want to be the person that the child wants to come to automatically. And I told my children one shit. I'm gonna be the same.
Yeah, I'm your father. I'm not your friend.
I'm gonna be the same motherfucker.
Yep.
Same disciplinary. I ain't finna try to be your best friend.
Nope.
So you could do that. So that and parents coddling, enabling their children so they could be the best parent, and then somebody, now you come along and you have to course correct that. That's a very difficult thing.
It is. Sure.
And it stems from a lot of the stuff could be rectified by the foundation.
Yeah.
So if we start off in a relationship and we have a great relationship before we have kids, it leads to less broken families, which leads to less situations that you have to go in and correct. And a lot of women, like the choices that they make, and also men too. It's not just about, but I'm just saying because of the step thing. A lot of women, their choices create situations that they have to deal with later when it comes to. So Keith, can we go to this next clip? It'd be a good time to go to this clip. The cost. What is the cost?
We need to know, choosing to have a child for your selfish reasons cost you suitable men.
Potential.
No.
I mean,
no, they do.
In general,
and we need to stop lying. You get the men who will pick you because they don't have better options.
I wouldn't say that though.
Of course you wouldn't. Of course you wouldn't. Of course you wouldn't. But gentlemen, if you understand what I'm saying, gentlemen, write down in the comment section, because this is a level of disconnect. See, women like yourself think that I just had a baby and I'm peaceful and my kid's good and perfect. So we're really not a bother. And men are just like, I don't care what you say. That's still another man's kid and there's more food I got to put out. And do you want to have any more children?
Do I want to? I am open to having more kids.
Do you want? So do you? You're open. So yeah. How many more children could a man get from you?
I mean, a couple more.
couple more kids. So understand that if a man had 2 children with you, every time he put food in your child's mouth, he's taking food out of his other 2 kids' mouth. That's how our minds think.
Right, and I get it.
So
I talk to
so.
Man.
Yeah. That's
wow, man.
I just started cracking up when he was like, this options, right? If given the option, you would take somebody without a child, because you know it's going to be a little less headache, to be honest.
Yeah. You look perplexed, Trevor.
No, I was thinking about the taking on of another child, and how the raising up of but let's go with growing as an individual. Right now, self-discipline is extremely important. If you are not financially self-disciplined, your finances will discipline you. And understanding that as you're preparing yourself for your own businesses and your own path in life, we all know that we had to be financially self-disciplined. There are some things that we could not go because our purpose was a little bit bigger than just this party or this dinner or this movie, right? So now, while you're preparing yourself, and there's another person that's quite possibly having whatever it is that she wants to do or he wants to do, whatever else, they come together, have a child, but you're still being structured and self-disciplined over here in this area. Now the dude or the relationship doesn't work out because they weren't structuring themselves. Oftentimes, I'm not gonna say this is all the time, but life happens, mistakes happens, and choices, and some bad choices are being made. So now here you are preparing yourself to build your own personal equity for yourself, and then your heart attracts you to someone that has a situation with children and a co-parent. So now here I am. I've been preparing myself for my future and everything else. And now you want me? Now you're interested in me? I'm really not your first choice. I'm probably your best option. But now
choices and options.
Right? So now here we are as men. It's like, hold on now. You're expecting me to take care of everything? Now you didn't choose me then.
Yeah, because she gave up her young years to Pookie or Ray Ray. Had children with the. She gave up her best years to somebody else,
and now want her best years to be your responsibility.
Yeah.
That's kind of and I hope that some of the women that are out there listening that kind of take that into consideration. Like, how does this man feel knowing that I'm coming into this relationship? He may have been taking care of his own children and could have been a single father and been fine and growing, but you please understand, make yourself a asset, not a liability.
And that's true with also with her children. You got to make them an asset. If this man is coming along, make sure that your children are an asset to what's being built now, not them tearing away, because that would be very difficult. I don't know.
Right.
Hey, they're gonna have to go live with their daddy.
Yeah, and oftentimes I think some women
Or walk away.
They want
Yeah.
the best of everything for the child. You want the Nordstrom lifestyle with a big lot budget, a big lot effort. It's like, hold on, like you're used to living this way, but I'm used to living a disciplined kind of a lifestyle. And when things come together and they just go haphazardly, that's hard for a man that knows his purpose to deal with.
Yeah, and then sometimes even in certain situations when the mom expect that man to stick around and put up with what she been putting up with, I don't have to.
Yeah.
I can walk away.
Yeah, that's the
And
biggest
then
power.
right, and then it's like, oh well, you not gonna fight? Fight for what? Fight for what?
Yeah, I'm gonna fight this traffic. It's
Yeah.
7 o'clock outside.
Yeah.
I gotta get on this freeway.
Yeah.
405.
What
Hop on that 405.
What am I fighting for?
Yeah, yeah.
Because
man.
is things gonna change? Are you gonna change? Are
Especially-
so that too.
Give me a light at the end of the tunnel. Now
Gotta be.
there are some great
blended
outcomes,
Mhm.
that come
Mhm.
from it, but like you have to pay attention to detail
You
in
have to.
order to see if it's gonna work for you.
Right.
Because I'm a product of a single parent home. You know what I mean? But it doesn't mean that it wasn't hard.
Right.
Or it doesn't mean that, okay, now since I am that and I know how hard it is, so for my child, let me instill some things, or at least equip her with the right analogies and the right statistics of what the options are. Because nowadays we're fighting against these things. We're
Right.
fighting against social
yeah.
media.
Yeah.
Everything is a perception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's way harder for what I mean.
For sure. Especially
I'm-
when you're a hands-on kind of a person.
Right.
You're hands-on and active. You get dirty with the kids. You play with the children. You hop in the pool with the children. You're gonna play basketball, volleyball, whatever with the children. But if the parent has been letting the children get on social media and the computer and the cell phones or what have you, and they're not socially inept, it's kind of awkward, because even riding a bike, I had to teach an older kid. He was a family member though, but I had to teach an older kid, like about 12 or 13, how to ride a bike. Not to be
that's what's
scared on a
missing
skateboard.
nowadays.
It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's and unfortunately, whether the child is biologically yours or not, we do, like you said, we do have to have another competition that is, I guess, I ain't gonna say a false reality, but they're believing that this technology and everything is really real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Human contact is extremely important. To watch another laugh, to make your father or your parent laugh, or to crack a joke,
Right.
or even wrestle with your parents. Like, are you jumping in the bed at okay, it's breakfast time, and
So let me ask you
hanging
something,
out.
Trev. Was those the type of things that you experienced in your home? All those things that you was just
You talking
saying?
about with my parents, or me as a parent?
No, with your parents.
Well, we didn't have technology.
No,
like
not
that.
to exclude the technology, but just like you were saying,
Interaction.
Yeah.
We had interaction.
You, Canoe,
Wait, what?
the same question. Did you some of those things that Trev was speaking on?
Well, my
Did you
my
have
dad.
those?
I mean, I didn't have a stepdad.
Right. No,
really,
yeah. But
you
just
know.
in the home, period.
Oh yeah, it was it was phenomenal. I mean, my dad did offer some rough edges for us. Take you outside with the boxing gloves, that sort of thing.
So he would show you what.
Yeah.
What will happen if
Still to this day.
Yeah.
But no, the reason why I asked is because when, like Herb said, he came up as a single family home, and it was just because I did too.
Yeah, bro,
So we didn't experience the privileged section over there.
That's
But
No,
that's kind of degrading the natural order of things, right? Just because we had
they had a daddy.
they had a,
I had a daddy and he had a father. But I could say having that around all the time, and I had not only a dad but a grandfather.
right.
So this person, He taught me how to shoot, taught me how to shine the shoe, you name it, you know. And without that, I don't even think I
And
would be not. I wouldn't say I wouldn't be the person I am
That's
today.
right.
I would. It would have that learning curve was lessened
right.
by
That-
having these individuals.
And
in my
and
life.
that's and that was
I feel that.
my point. When you have a 2-parent home
Mhm.
versus a single parent
Yeah.
home, it's a little different.
The balance is
Yeah,
different.
One of the,
It's not. It's not a high testosterone
right,
household, and a high estrogen household.
right.
It's very
Yeah,
different.
that's right.
one of the things that I want to touch base at, and Irvin touched on a point last week that had me thinking up until now. When he was saying, "Oh, you got discipline," blah blah blah, and I was thinking, the spanking, the whooping, and all. I'm like, no, he didn't do that, but he did discipline me, and I want to thank you for addressing that. If you guys didn't see last week's show, Irvin had brought that point up, and it was a different form of disciplining, right? So now, one of the chores, if I didn't do a chore, if we were about to go out, we wasn't about to go out if I didn't finish my chores, right? So one of my chores was mowing the back lawn. Now the back lawn is huge, right?
It's
So
at least
He didn't have a backyard.
acre.
He had a back lawn.
Yeah, lawn.
No,
Go,
he had
go mow the lawn,
man,
son.
really, and I had to do a good job of it, right? So in doing that, and then like, okay, do your thing. Whenever you come back, blah blah blah. It was cool, and after a period of time, I got it. That self-discipline. I said, if I knew we were going to do something,
Right.
okay, I got to go mow this lawn real quick. So I had to do what I had to do in order to do what I wanted to do.
Right.
And that structure and that self-discipline helped
Yeah.
hone me into fulfilling the bigger picture
Yeah.
being done with the hard work now.
Bro, literally, we would Trevor like, hey, pull up at 8, man. We gonna go to the club. So he got about 5 people at his house. He used to cut hair in his room too. So we go over there to kind of trim you up. We get ready to leave right before you hear,
Yeah.
huh? Trevor.
Sound like that, Trevor.
Trevor, he'll go out the room and come back an hour later sweating because we was like, man, you had to sweep the roof. You had to do it. He was
Mop
coming there
the
with a
ceiling?
bill, like dog.
Right.
Do a good job. Yeah, no, seriously. And they would have in my room.
Like, I didn't get this.
Watch
Like,
TV or whatever else.
Man.
But I had to do a job, but I had to do a good job if I wanted to go out and spend time with what I thought at the time were good people, good friends. So I'm like, you know what? They're worth it.
What
Let
you
me go
thought
do
at
a
the
good
time?
job.
Yeah.
That was
You
capital.
hear that?
I heard that.
You hear that?
Run, Toby.
And end up being a good friend for the most part.
Yeah.
But being in a blended family, we're gonna say it can work,
Yeah.
but it's difficult.
Definitely.
It
Yeah.
can be difficult. But how do you feel on the flip side? Because it seems like you had a very different. I had well, I didn't even call her stepmom or whatever. I just called her mother. But I think she joined the family is in such a great fashion. It was like, yeah, this woman is for me. I could talk to her. She
That worked out
offered
for you
that.
for sure.
Yeah, definitely. She offered that feminine touch that that was really missing. My dad,
Right.
he just
straight
pounced
man.
on you.
Yeah, just a straight man. And then that too, it matters because, and it's not just me interacting or taking up or leading your child. You need to be a factor in my kid's life as well.
Hmm.
So that makes a difference.
It's a job. for
Yeah,
sure.
it go both ways.
The
It
yin and
can't
the
be
yang.
one way.
Yeah.
Because there are gonna come times where they may have a question or an experience that you out of the two of us, you the only one that can answer that or guide them or help them through that.
Yeah.
So it goes both ways. Don't just put everything on me when it comes to your children, but then you want to stand on the sideline when it involves my kids.
It's
Yeah.
never a point of convenience. You have to do what you have to do as
Yeah.
a parent. You are the first teacher, but we have to teach together.
Right.
Also-
and no one's a step. Well,
No, please. I cut you off.
Trevor.
okay. So no one's a substitute teacher. Go ahead.
In all honesty, like we got to realize too that sometimes we got daddy's girls. You know what I mean? That when we get into a relationship, that we need to keep our eyes open. They might not be so receptive to
Yeah.
to
Definitely.
our mates, because
Yeah.
I know my daughter is hard, even to this day. That eyebrow go up, it's like it's been a thing. So I gotta
Spoon feed this.
yeah, I gotta like. But as a man, I don't just bring anybody
Anybody, right.
around.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Period. Like
Exactly.
Of course. You don't want
she
your
get
daughter to
offended
be-
when you don't like. So you ain't introduce, because it's nothing. Nothing. I know when to introduce you to
right.
something.
Know when the time is right.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you guys this then. All right. You have daddy's girls or whatever. Is it harder to, because you have a daughter and you have sons, right?
I have a daughter
You have
too.
a daughter.
Trey.
You have sons that
Mhm.
you live with, right?
No, they live with me.
They live with you, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Thank you
Yeah.
for correcting that.
Right. And she is above in age now, but
Mhm.
you have the introduction of another person that is an interest to you. Are you, at what point or how do you spoon feed your potential relationships to your children?
He don't have no potential relationship. He's in a relationship.
How did you
Okay,
spoon
say
feed?
that. Don't do that.
Don't
Well, you know what?
Don't stir his house up like that.
kick you in your stomach. Kick you right in your stomach. with these
You
hard
can't
shits.
even reach.
As soon as I
You
get a
little-
chance, right in your stomach, Jordan.
You little-
Right in your stomach, kick you in your belly button.
You know what? My boys was open. Even my daughter was too, but they were open because they even used to ask, Dad, when you gonna get married again? You know, so it was, they seen a void there.
Mm.
And then, you know, introducing them to her, they was cool with it. You know, they was cool with her. They, you know, our kids got along. So it was like, it really wasn't a hard task, you know, because, and that's a good thing, because when the kids get along, of course they're gonna have hiccups. Shit, you have hiccups with your blood brothers and sisters, so it'll be a little hiccup here and there, but they received her openly. You know, it was no, you know, no issues there.
One thing for
They
sure.
were
Let me ask
also
you a
able.
question. Like kids know.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you have relationships or
Oh, yeah.
potential where the kids like
Yeah.
Nah,
I'm cool.
that ain't
No
gonna work.
interaction.
Yeah, exactly. And then
Yeah.
then you have ones where they, oh my God, that's I love her. That's my best friend. This is I want to go with her.
Right.
The whole
Yeah.
thing. So man,
Yeah.
On a scale, next question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how important do you think it is that you have access to or communicate with the other co-parent? How important do you think that is?
It depends on how deeply they're in that child's life.
Mhm.
I think that would be if they're an active parent, then I think it's highly
Right.
important.
yeah.
If they're not active, they're kind of missing in action. I don't think it's
It's
important,
important
as
at
much.
all.
So how do you? Okay.
Because
I mean, I'm saying if he's in her life, then yeah, I'm gonna say 10. Shit,
right.
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
need to sit down and dialogue.
Right.
If he's see him every blue moon,
Nah.
Yeah.
It
that's
should
1 or 2.
Yeah, that. So, and why you say that? Because if I'm active, if I'm in this, and he's not, then my decisions or my choices for that child should override what his is, because he comes around
Ooh,
whenever.
override.
Yeah, because I'm the one that's providing, protecting. I'm going to the parent teachers conference and meetings. I'm taking you shopping. I'm taking you to practice. I'm taking you to games. I'm all of this. That's a parent.
Can I ask you this though? What if you were doing all of this for a couple of years, for whatever the reason, the dad wasn't around, and he woke up one day and he's like, I want to be really active in my child's life. How do you deal with that then?
Well, then 9 times out of 10, you're gonna come through the mother first. So that should be something that myself and the mom should discuss. Not you just, oh, okay, now you want to come back. Yeah, you. No.
I mean, what if he came to you?
If
Because
he
he
came
was
to
like,
me-
hey, you know what, Kev?
Yeah.
I see you at my child's games and you've been there. and I was going through some stuff, and now I'm ready to really step it up and really be in my child's life. So I'm coming to you as a man to just allow me that space.
He owe me child support.
He owe you child support.
He owe me
some of these meals and shoes.
Yeah,
you know,
you owe me back pay.
Yeah, basketball shoes, regular school shoes.
You in the rears, homie. You are.
Yeah.
My thing would be, Kanun, the way I approach that is that we would really have to sit down and have a man-to-man heart talk, and know that you're about to stay committed,
sincere with
that you're not about to walk out this
because
kid
it's an emotional thing
for the child. It affects the parents, but it really affects the child ultimately. So I have to know that you in it to stay this time.
I agree.
But that's something you can't
predict, but
you can try to
you can kind of control it. And then I feel that's a conversation that the mother and I need to have, and then we'll bring you in. And then the mother,
you gonna play Uncle Phil. Well, my daddy don't want me. Man, who did? No,
wait. Are you saying that because you saying I look like
a little bit? No, a little bit. Turn to the left. A little. I'm just saying. No. I'm saying this out of love. If you turn to the left a little bit, Uncle. I mean,
bro, like a judge. Who didn't feel that moment on that show, bro?
Right? Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, they might not have felt
it on that side.
Yeah.
A couple of tears rolled down I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, we felt it on this side.
So, and that's something I feel that we'll bring in, and then we bring the child in, because he or she is the biggest part of this. So they have feelings. So you got to feel what, know where their feelings is and how they feel towards this. Because if he do turn around and run again, guess who's there to comfort this child?
Right.
Myself and the mom.
I'm completely with you on that. And I think one of the best ways to curtail that possibility is to spoon feed that situation to see what he's going to do first, and his consistency and his pattern, and then more time gradually over a period of time, and as things occur or not, make sure that child is okay as we collectively move along.
So are you gonna be the one who have the communication and let him know what you're gonna allow him to do, or is it gonna come from the mother?
He and I would have to compromise with the mother's understanding, because the chemistry between two men versus people that were in a previous relationship is a little different. And knowing that she does have some support can either make a man either say, okay, I want to step up with you, or since you stepped up, I'm gonna step back. But let's see.
Let's be real though. That the chance of him just being this docile and just take
because you got to say, put yourself in that man's shoes, in that position, and have some sympathy for whatever he's going through. Nobody is finna. So you fall on hard times, right? Whatever happens, it could be very much like some of the things that was implemented before, and you were like, "Nah, I'm really gonna fight for this now. I haven't before, but I'm really gonna do it now." Who's gonna stand in your way? You're not finna dictate to me how I can go to my child's school, go to the PTA, or go see my child. You're not.
Let's be honest. Let's put this into place. You don't know how that relationship ended with him and the mama.
Exactly.
You don't know if that. You don't know if that mama has turned a new leaf and she really is a different way with you than she was with him. Yeah. And now that forced him to be out of her life and then walk away and try something else. But he misses his child now. So you're not gonna tell. Hold on. Because I'm serious about this. You ain't finna tell me, homie, that I can't see my child, or when I can see my child, whatever. You're gonna have a problem. Are you ready for that problem? So now you're gonna deal with a problem from an outside male and in the house, with the mom and the child.
Like Kevin said,
very big deal, buddy.
The most important person.
Lower your voice when you talking to me. It's me, bro. I'm going somewhere right now, bro. You don't understand.
Like we said, the most important person is the child, and we both are. Me and the father are putting the child's mental well-being
sounds
at
nice.
the forefront.
Sounds great.
He and I are going to have to work this out, because if you don't do your part, then I'm going to have to deal with your child on a different level
Right.
where he's scarred.
Bro, this is providing
So let's
that you
do this
have that type
together.
of bond with that child. You're the way you're putting it now is you and that child is best friends. What if you're a 5 out of 10 with that child?
Okay, and that can be fine, but we still have to communicate that. Me and his father need to know, like, man, I'm having problems with your son. I need you here. So let's do it right.
That's what I'm saying. So you're probably more apt to be like, hey, your daddy, you going with your daddy this weekend, as opposed to, no, I'm concerned about him, and we gotta spoon feed you time with him.
Real life situation, bro.
Yeah,
Real life situation.
It's not cookie
my
cutter.
mother got remarried, right?
Listen.
My mother got remarried, and we had a stepdad, right? And
Keep it up.
and when I think I told my dad that he spanked us or whatever. My dad didn't take that so nicely.
Right.
And I just heard stories. I don't know if it's true. So, Daddy, if you're listening, I don't know if you did this or not. But I heard that he caught him. He wasn't at the house. Caught him somewhere.
Was he at the church?
No, he wasn't at the church.
I remember that Sunday.
yeah, we all remember.
He caught him, and he said, "If you put your hands on my children again, I'm gonna let this hammer go." That's all he said.
Was it what kind of hammer? Like a carpenter hammer?
I'm gonna let you figure that part.
So that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's a lot more realistic than.
Yeah. So
okay, sir.
What did that gentleman do at that time? I'm not putting. I'm almost out this relationship.
Right.
That could have ended the relationship.
Yeah, real
right?
talk. Real talk.
I don't know if it did or didn't. You know, I was young.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it did or didn't. And I heard this story when I got older. So it's very well
true.
You are a father that's really attempting to get in his child's life. No other man is going to be able to prevent that. Even if it comes to fisticuffs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not going to be nice.
Yeah.
Until you make it nice. You know, you got to be like, as a stepfather, you got to be like, hey, bro, I need to really sit down and talk to you, you know, as men. I think if he would have did that with my dad wouldn't have made. Yeah, I know these motherfuckers get out of line. Yeah, getting their ass.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that communication has to be
instead of him hearing it from us.
Right.
And he, what?
Yeah.
Oh,
because you as a father, you seeing it a whole, you know, we visual.
A whole nother step.
Yeah, so it's like, oh hell no.
Yeah.
You know,
and you don't even know if he really want the mama back.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother. But that's a whole nother show.
Right.
Yeah.
And this has been a great part 2.
Oh yeah.
Great part 2. Thank y'all for
we're not here though.
Tuning in,
even though we ain't here.
Yeah.
Leave us comments. We're gonna address those comments.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And next week's show is choices and options.
Choices and options.
Choices and options.
Sound like a title to an album.
Yeah. I got choices and options.
You know the cheerleader that didn't want us when
when I had hair.
Yeah, exactly. Now
when I had a whole flat top, whole Gumby out there dancing.
Yeah, now you got a flat bottom.
Yeah. Oh my
goodness. Man,
yeah.
This was fun.
I'm talking about the girl, Trevor. You don't have to. Yeah.
He think
you see it, he was in pot.
I heard that doing my whole school. Trevor, he cool, but he got a flat bottom.
Go ahead, Trevor. Real spit, man.
Can I get my notes?
Oh, you saw me.
You don't know about her?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
you hold on to that. I got it. Okay, as we go into our futures, be careful who you go into your future with. You either want to happy up or you want to get tied down. You want to grow with this person because some people grow together and some people grow apart. Let's talk about being an adult. You should be an adult the best you can as a parent, because adults have to be a true adult. You are taking on the responsibilities of your action. That's when you become an adult, whether they're sweet or sour. Being able to take care of the responsibilities that come with your actions, whether they be sweet or sour. Now, to raise a child is the toughest job you'll ever love. To be a single parent is probably even tougher. So you have to understand where you are, where you stand, and then understand your expectations of the person that is introduced to your life and your children's life. And you, as the person coming in, also have to understand your definitive roles, understand where you stand. Being an adult is being a parent, again, is the toughest job you'll ever love. So govern yourselves accordingly, but also do it through a position of truth and love when you're raising and teaching a child.
We needed
Thank you all. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Call, like, and share so someone else can hear. We also suggest that you press the subscribe button. Till next week, folks. This is the fellas from Spitt'n Pollaseedz. We appreciate your viewing.
Yeah. Thank you.
So no music.
But don't